Hi everyone, Heather Rosen, physical therapist and wellness coach here, and I'm making a follow-up video today about naming our emotions. A couple of weeks ago, I created a video about how we tend to lump all of our negative emotions under the words stress and anxiety. And so I had asked if you could be a little bit more specific about naming emotions so that we can create from a space of clarity. And so words like disappointment, discouragement, overwhelm, insecurity, and then we can create from there. And so today's video is about allowing ourselves to feel, because I know that for myself and for others, there are certain emotions that we tend to avoid feeling. We don't like to admit that we're feeling them. We don't like to admit to others that we're feeling them. Those tend to be the ickier emotions of feeling jealous or envious, or feeling guilty or insecure, resentment. We tend to really push those away and find ways to avoid feeling them and find ways to avoid admitting to ourselves that we're feeling them. So I know for myself and for others that it can be a true relief when we give ourselves the space to feel those, admit it to ourselves, and just sit with it for a few minutes, just allowing the feeling and not making ourselves wrong. It can really help us feel, and I've listened to this from others. It's really helped them feel like they can move forward with better feeling thoughts once they've admitted to themselves. And it's worked for me as well. One of the best examples I can give off the top of my head is in a work situation. And I had to collaborate with a coworker on a project. And that particular day, I was getting all wound up, and I couldn't figure out why, and I was feeling disrespected, and I started to justify what my point of view was, and I was just getting all wound up. So later on in the day, I just couldn't get myself back on track. Usually I have my equilibrium, I'm pretty happy, and I couldn't get myself back on track. I was so distracted and wound up, and I couldn't figure out what it was that I was feeling. So I sat down and I thought about it, and I'm like, I'm not annoyed and irritated. That's what I was telling myself at first. Because I was making up stories about my coworker, and it had nothing to do with her. And so I really sat with it. I'm like, what am I really feeling? And I was feeling resentment. I'm like, oh, what's that about? And then I thought to myself, I'm like, and I just let myself feel it for a few minutes. And then I was like, oh, wait a second. I feel insecure right now. I'm having a moment of insecurity. That's it. This is all this is about. I'm just feeling a little insecure. It doesn't mean I'm an insecure person. It doesn't mean I live a life of insecurity. I was having a moment of feeling really insecure. And that's where that hustling came in, and feeling like I had to justify and defend my point of view. And it was a relief, because I couldn't figure out why I was all wound up. And it was back in the day, and it wasn't that long ago, I would have had a really hard time admitting that I was feeling insecure, because feeling insecure is for losers. It means you're not confident, and all these crazy beliefs and stories that I had. And just allowing myself to feel that and not making myself wrong about it, not arguing with myself, you shouldn't feel that way. I just let myself feel it for a few minutes and acknowledge it, and gave myself the space. And then I could get back on track. I moved forward with my day, and I was like, oh, okay, I feel so much better. So I guess in summary, what I'm asking you to do today is name the emotion, feel it. Sometimes there's a different emotion behind that. Just allow it. Don't make yourself wrong. Give yourself the grace and the space to feel it. And then you can really get down to the business of reaching for those better feeling thoughts, because that day that I was wrestling with these thoughts at work, then I could say to myself, of course I feel insecure today. It's okay. I'm in a new building. I'm in a new neighborhood. I moved far away. I'm with all new people. I'm with all new patients, all these diagnoses that are different for me. I was walking into work that day looking through a lens of uncertainty. So I was just looking to be offended, it wasn't going to take much. And so just admitting it and sitting with it and giving myself the space. And it wasn't until recently that I started to not make myself wrong for feeling those things. So that's all that I'm really asking for you to try. Don't make yourself wrong. See how it goes. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you want any more videos like this, and let me know if they're helpful. Thank you.